Common challenges faced by non-profits. Let's talk about them one by one. Funding struggles. When you're running a non-profit, the one most important thing that you struggle with is always the funding. Why? Because no amount of resource or no amount of money is big enough to solve that problem today. Because once you get into a particular problem and you try to solve that, and when you figure and when you figure out, or when you get to understand the scale of the problem and how many people it is impacting and what all resources you'll be needing in order to improve their conditions into that, you realize that it's not going to be that easy of a job. And the one thing that you can do for yourself is to have the right things aligned so that your funding can be taken care of. Most of the time, anybody who's running a non-profit out there struggles very much in their initial years, at least, to find funding or to even get funded initially. So that's one problem that they face. Another one is program management chaos. Whatever fundraising event that they want to do, whatever awareness events that they want to do, whatever impactful events that they want to do through which they want to impact the society that they want to impact to, there needs to be an event, there needs to be activity into those events, there needs to be a complete program that needs to be managed. And not just managed, it gets planned, it gets strategized, it gets executed. All of these things in itself is a big mess. But when even if you try to manage everything absolutely the perfect way into managing, strategizing, planning and executing, at the end of the day, what most of the non-profits struggle with is they do not really know what kind of an impact that program has gathered for the non-profit or for the people out there that they want to really impact. So there is no mechanism to track the impact also that they are making through those program management. So this is another, there's no way they can track the impact of the program that they are executing on. And that's exactly what I'm talking about when I say program management chaos. Then comes volunteer shortage. Of course, asking people to do something for absolutely nothing is the most toughest job today in the world. Even if you give everything to the people out there, they're not even willing to do the job for the salaries that they're getting paid for. And I'm not just stating anything. You just read out any. I'm just not telling any random thing. You just read out any of the business magazines or business articles or something like that. This is exactly what you're going to find out. So getting people to do a job and that too for which they're going to absolutely get nothing but a little satisfaction of bringing in the impact, you also have to make sure that you're bringing in the right people who are genuinely concerned about the impact that you're trying to bring or who are genuinely concerned about the activities that you want to do and really want to add on their share into it, and that too in such a way that it doesn't become a chaos. A lot of time what happens is you do get a lot of volunteers, but all of those volunteers start fighting between each other, and there is a management between that as well. And forget about the management. In the initial years of running a non-profit, there is a shortage of volunteers as well. And in order to onboard as many volunteers as you can, there needs to be programs that needs to be run, and there needs to be information that should be captured in order to ask those volunteers to do the specific thing into a particular city in the particular country, wherever they are. Whatever they can do for their share is something that you'll have to manage, and that's exactly what the major problem of non-profits are. Then comes donor management difficulties. Of course, you'll have to manage the donors and you'll have to build relations with them. And that's one of the problems that non-profits are facing on a regular basis. And these are some stats, like 55% of non-profits say their organization needs to invest in technology in order to increase fundraising. And 60% say their donors expect a better experience than their current technology provides. So at the end of the day, when you're running any organization, be it a non-profit or a for-profit organization, at the end of the day, you'll have to take care of the experience of the people who are associated with it, whether it be the volunteers or the donors. Because at the end of the day, if you just flip the terms, volunteers and donors, in any for-profit business, you might call it as like people working as employees or vendors who are getting things done and donors providing. No, that's not exactly how it should sound, but yeah, let's come back to it. The experience of the donors also matter. The inputs of the volunteers also matter. The management of the volunteers also matter, and the impact and the measuring of the impact that you're trying to make to the particular society and tracking of that impact is also very important. So all of these things are a major challenge for any non-profit that is executing out there in the world right now.